Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to another big body banger. Now, a lot of you guys were DMing me, emailing me a link to this particular video, and I feel like this particular video relates a lot to your boy. Now, of course, for the people who are new to the channel, hi, I'm James Bray, and I am obsessed with Germany and VR stuff and other things. But mainly what you'll see on my channel and my extensive catalog of content is a lot of reactions to various things related to Germany and Europe as a whole. Well, Feely from Germany, formerly known as German Girl in America, did a very interesting video, and it's something that I've talked to you guys about on my stream at twitch.tv/JamesBrayGang. It's called How German is Chicago? Discovering America's German Roots. A lot of you guys sent this to me because of the story that I told you guys on my Twitch. Now, for those that don't know, I am from Chicago, and a tradition that I used to do all the time with my family was travel to, well, not really travel, but I would go to this Christmas market. Every winter, there would be a German Christmas market downtown Chicago and stuff like that, a few blocks from where I lived, because I lived in, the central part of Chicago, and it was really cool. There were a lot of there was Glühwein there was bratwurst and a bunch of German authentic related foods and items and whatever and activities. It was really cool, and so that was my first dose of reality when it came to that. So I'm going to be reacting to this with you guys, kind of giving you guys my experience personally on this, and I want to see what her opinion is on Chicago. How German is Chicago? Was it authentic? Was it not? She would know, she's German, and for everybody that's watching this, you guys would obviously know too. Most of you guys watching this are German too. So go ahead, slap a like on this video, subscribe to the channel if you guys are new, and without further ado, let's go ahead and check this out.
This is my first Glühwein of the season, and I'm here with the Consul General. Was könnt ihr denn alles sagen? Alles, sowieso. The infamous Christmas pickle ornaments. Many Americans think that this is a German tradition. The Märzapotheke.
I made a video on this, man. The German Christmas ornament tradition. I thought that was a thing too. I was just told about the pickle ornament thing back in this past December. My fiance's family has this tradition thing that they believe they got from Germany. They're like, oh, it's a traditional thing that happens in Germany where you hide a Christmas ornament pickle in a Christmas tree, and you try to find it, right? And whoever can find this pickled ornament gets an extra gift, for Christmas. So not sure how true that is. A lot of people in the comments are like, well, we've never heard this before. So she's about to break down and debunk all these myths, man. And also tell us how German Chicago is. I'm very excited because this is the city I grew up in my entire life. So
it still has German on it.
3994 Sippungen.
They have a little Krampus.
So question, Krampus, is that Austrian or German? Some people told me that it was Austrian. Some people told me it was German. Where is that from?
It's really good.
This is awesome.
Hello, servus, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. As you guys probably know, my name is Feely. I'm originally from Munich, Germany, but I've been living in Cincinnati, Ohio, on and off since 2016. But right now, I'm on my way to Chicago, Illinois. It's like a 4, 5, 6 hour drive from Cincinnati, kind of depends on the traffic and stuff. I got up really early this morning, at 5:30. That's also why I look a little bit tired. I'm trying to fix that before we get there, because the whole reason that I'm going to Chicago is not just for fun. I mean, it's going to be fun as well, but it's to explore the German roots of Chicago in collaboration with the German American Heritage Foundation and the German Embassy in Washington, D.C. I
didn't even know they met up over there. I mean, Chicago has a lot of things going down in that city. A lot of things going down. It's like an international hub for a lot of big things. So I guess it doesn't surprise me that this was happening over there, right? But that's huge. That's absolutely huge. I probably should go back and visit myself, man. That's crazy. I kind of miss it sometimes.
A little in my video on German heritage in the US, but there are over 40 million Americans with German ancestry, and German immigrants have shaped this country in many, many ways. Levi Strauss, for example, the inventor of the blue jeans, was from Bavaria. His original name is
Levi's from Germany? What? Oh man, I learned something new off the jump, man. I'm telling you, man, every time I watch one of her videos, I'm just like, what? I'm just like, my third eye is always awakened, man. I'm like, man, this is crazy. Levi Strauss is from Germany? I didn't even know that's what his last name is. You could hear that he probably is from Germany just based off his last name alone. I didn't even know Levi's last name was Strauss. So I'm like, what?
German name was Löw-Strauss, and then he changed it to Levi Strauss. John Roebling was from Prussia, and he was the architect who built the Roebling Bridge in Cincinnati and also the Brooklyn Bridge in New York City. To explore all those different traces of German influences in the US, the Heritage Foundation has recently created a really cool website called German Roots USA. I'll put the link down here, and on that website you can find a map, and the map shows all the different places that have German heritage to them. So like that's whether that's a restaurant or clubs or landmarks,
that's awesome.
Businesses, whatever it might be, you can find it there, and you can find some really cool background information about those places as well.
Well, you know what we got to do, right? We're going to check that website out and do a deep dive. You know what we do on this channel, man. Let's go.
And they reached out to me and asked me if I wanted to travel to some of these places and check out the German roots there. And I said, yeah, of course I want to. So this weekend, I'll be exploring the German roots of Chicago, which, by the way, is one of my absolute favorite cities in the entire country. I'll be visiting the German consulate in Chicago and talking to the consul general there.
Nice.
I'll be checking out the infamous Chicago Christmas market that opens.
Yes. It opens up every year. Now, I'm not sure about like 2020 because of the pandemic, but I know it opened up last year. And then, like I told you, it's a big tradition that my family and I would always do when I was a kid. We would go to the Christmas market and enjoy some, like, you know, festivities and stuff like that. It was, amazing. But like I said, not sure how authentic it is. So we got to see it from her perspective.
Opens today, the Christkindlmarket. It's kind of funny because it's like a mix of the Bavarian word Christkindl and then like American or English market, the Christkindl market. I'm very excited for that, especially because I feel like it's really time to get into Christmas mood now. And I'll also be visiting the German Cultural Center Dank Haus or Dank Haus. I think I'm gonna find out tomorrow how they pronounce it. And of course, I'll be taking you with me.
That's awesome. Yes! Oh my gosh! Oh my god, dude! I am so hyped. Like, it feels like I'm back, dude. This is amazing. What? Oh my gosh! This is so crazy to me, man. This is where I used to hang out. Like, oh, you guys! Oh my gosh! This is crazy. I don't know. This is like a blast from the past for me, man. Oh, wow. Look how clean the camera work is.
So we're here at the consulate now in Chicago, and I'm here with the Consul General is what it's called, right? Generalkonsul.
That's what I'm called.
Yeah. I'm always get confused because it's the other way around in English. In German, we say Generalkonsul. Wolfgang Mössinger, thank you so much for having me.
Thank you for coming.
Yeah. I'm very excited to be here. As you can see, he has an amazing view here.
Oh, yeah.
And I am here this weekend to kind of discover the German roots of Chicago. And
wait one second. So this building right here, it's huge. I had to do a history fair project on this. It's the John Hancock building. It's right behind Wolfgang Mössinger, I think his name is. But yeah, super. Oh my god, the skyline is beautiful. That's one of the biggest things I miss about the city, man.
I think for Germans especially, but I think also for Americans, when they think of the city of Chicago, most people think mostly of like a stereotypical American big city with a big skyline, you know, theaters, lots of things to do, the lake, of course. But not a lot of people realize that there's also a lot of German heritage here in Chicago, German roots. So where can people see those German roots, or how can we experience the German roots here in Chicago?
Good question.
Many people say that Chicago is the archetypical American city. Mm-hmm. Part of that is, of course, the many, many different ethnic communities that are here.
Yeah.
And with the German community, it's probably more complicated than with others. Because Germans have tended to integrate pretty rapidly. And after 2 world wars in which we were the enemies, of course, many Germans kind of played down a bit their German roots. And once they got more successful, they moved into the suburbs.
Yeah.
There is still the old German quarter, Lincoln Square, where we still have the Dank Haus and some other German traditional institutions.
I didn't even know they had that. To be honest, I didn't even know they had that at all.
Organizations, but people, the Germans don't live there anymore, at least not in big numbers.
Oh.
So it's not so visible then to go into the Mexican quarter in Chinatown that there are many Germans. They are spread out all over Chicagoland. But they come together at the Dank Haus for events. They come together at certain moments and days like the Stäubenparade,
that's cool,
Oktoberfest and things like that. But it's not so easy to simply walk around somewhere and feel like you were back in Germany.
Yeah, there's no little Germany.
There is no little Germany. There is a little stretch of road of Lincoln Avenue in Lincoln Square near the Dank
Lincoln
Haus,
Square, man, yeah.
which has a little bit the feel of a German main street.
The German Consulate General Chicago is one of 8 German consulates in the US and is responsible for a big territory of 13.
Oh my goodness, dude. He covers all this area? That's huge.
States in the Midwest, a region with a lot of German heritage.
Yeah.
You can still see the strong connections to Germany when you look at the sister cities, such as Chicago and Hamburg, Indianapolis and Cologne, St. Louis and Stuttgart, Cincinnati and Munich, and many, many more.
I didn't even think
Wolfgang
about that.
Mössinger, who was born in Baden-Württemberg, the southwest of Germany, has been the consul general here since 2019.
Wow.
Unlike the German embassy, that's located in Washington, D.C., the consulates don't do negotiations with the U.S. government. But besides that, they take on a lot of similar tasks.
Oh, wow.
I mean, the name of the consulate comes from the fact that consulates usually do consular work.
Oh.
Makes sense.
I have been working in a consulate that does everything else but consular work. But leave that aside for the moment. So our main job, and that's why the taxpayer pays for this here, the German taxpayer, is that we have to help those people who are either German citizens and have all kinds of bureaucratic requirements like new passports, certificates they inherited in Germany and need some stamps. They need certificates
really
for
cool.
translating official documents and all this kind of stuff, but mainly passports. We are there to provide for them. We are kind of a German town hall for the Germans here.
Oh, that's cool.
And then, of course, not so much at the moment because of COVID, but in ordinary times, we are also here to issue visas for those people who have to have visas to go to Germany. For example, American citizens traveling as tourists to Germany don't need that, of course. But there are lots of citizens of other countries living in this area who do need a passport, like Indians, Russians, Chinese, and so on and so on. And then even some group of Americans do need visas to go to Germany if they want to start a job, if they want to study, or if they want to get married, in this order. So that's a part of what we do, and half of my staff of about 20 people is doing that.
Oh, wow.
And then we have, of course, 8 honorary consuls in the area who do a lot of day-to-day consular support for the Germans and for whoever needs the support on site. But the other half is doing basically what an embassy does. Is doing political work, is doing press work, cultural and economic support.
So you mentioned that you also have projects in the cultural field, collaborating with all these different German-American societies and institutions here. So what are some of those projects that you do?
We always try to bring these heritage associations a little bit.
So basically, from what he said, right, like so far, he basically like what this like whole organization does, it makes it easier for people who are German to acquire various documents, like, you know, certificates or citizenship related things, passports and whatnot, visas and all and what have you, pretty much, right? So that people can integrate in America easier here, and maybe even like, you know, even for like Germany, maybe like, you know, not integrate back to Germany, but, you know, just make the transition from Germany to America smooth, and maybe like if they want to go back to Germany, a lot smoother as well. But obviously, like if you have your stuff for Germany, if you're from Germany, you're good. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, going back to Germany would be like, you know, a cakewalk compared to like Americans trying to go to live in Germany forever. You know what I mean? So it's really cool that they have like the an organization like this that looks out for people, you know, with German heritage and stuff like that. That, you know, they probably just need some help, like maneuvering in the States and whatnot, and getting hold of, you know, certain things and whatnot. Like this is super dope. I didn't even know they had anything like this, but, you know, I didn't know until you guys sent me this link, and he just said it right now. So like, oh my gosh, it's crazy,
more
man.
into the modern times, because sometimes
It's
they are
awesome.
very much in the old times.
Yeah, I know.
Which is okay, because
Yeah.
that's why they have been founded, and to keep the people kind of attached to their old culture.
Yeah, that's what I always say. It's like, it's great that they want to maintain the tradition, but as a modern German, you feel like you're traveling back in time in a way.
Yeah, and they have to do Oktoberfest and things like that simply for fundraising reasons. That's also very legitimate. And there's now a younger generation in many of these associations who really want to be more relevant for today.
Yes.
And also to reach out to more younger people.
So I actually have a question related to this, right? So I've noticed in America, like obviously most of the German places, I have not been to most of the German places in America, but I can say from all of the experiences I've had, whether it be a German market, whether it be a restaurant that you guys have seen me, you know, go to several times in the last few videos, or like a few videos ago, I should say, you guys saw the restaurant I went to again. It's very heavily Bavarian based, and I feel like some of the traditions are very old. Like, I mean, and I would definitely venture to say even outdated. I mean, they still get used to this day, but I guess a question I have for any of my German followers watching, what do you think would be a modern tradition that is like, you know, a modern German tradition that, you know, that would translate well over in America? Because I know like America has this idea of what Germany is based on a Bavarian, you know, a very Bavarian influenced, traditional, like, you know, like events and whatnot, things of that nature. What do you think would be like a modern event that is currently going on in Germany and stuff like that, like within the last few years that was created, that would better represent Germany and make it feel more like, you know, with the times, I guess? Let me know in the comments down below, because I feel like that right there would definitely change the way how the world views Germany when you think of, oh, this is Germany. Because I can tell you right now, at least this new generation, they don't really know Germany that well. You know, they know it from like, you know, what they see, which is typically a lot of Bavarian related things, which is, there's nothing wrong with that, you know what I mean? But like a lot of older traditional, like, you know, related things as well, they get themselves involved in. So I'm trying to figure out if there's any modern activities and stuff like that you know, younger people in Germany can proudly associate themselves with and go like, yeah, that's from Germany, man. Like we do this, da da da, you know, like boom, you know, we established this thing you probably didn't know about, and this thing. Like, I think that would be huge. That would be absolutely huge, groundbreaking, honestly.
So do you, as the whole consulate, reach out to these different associations and kind of make suggestions or guide them in certain directions? Or do you collaborate with them with funding, or how does this work exactly?
Everything.
Okay.
Everything. We have
Wow.
funding available, small funding available. We support them, we guide them. Sometimes we have special funds available for specific events, anniversaries, and so on and so on. And then, of course, we are happy to help when they have issues on how to modernize their association.
And you just mentioned the Oktoberfest. Now, I've talked about the Oktoberfest in Cincinnati before. We have also different Oktoberfests by the different organizations in Cincinnati. What's the Oktoberfest like here in Chicago? Is it a big street festival, or is it an indoor event? Have you been?
It's usually celebrated together with the Steuben Parade,
Okay.
end of September,
So it's like
in Munich.
outside?
It's outside, it's a big tent, and it's the place where the Steuben Parade ends.
Okay.
So the people who have participated in the Steuben Parade then gather there for eating and drinking, basically, and for music. And it's big. It's huge. It's lots of thousands and thousands of people over a couple of days. And the Stäubenparade features something like 50-something organizations who participate. And that's the moment when probably you can see how much German heritage is still in Chicagoland.
I actually haven't. Oh, she's about to explain it. I've never heard of that before.
Parade honors the Prussian-born Baron Friedrich von Steuben, who offered his services to General George Washington during the Revolutionary War and helped make the victory against the British possible by training the American troops.
Wow.
From traditional clubs such as the Donauschwaben or the various German singing clubs, to those that try to manifest more modern German culture, such as the Dank Haus or the Schwaben Soccer Club, you can find over 40 German-American societies in the area. While most of those organizations mainly focus on maintaining the German language and culture in the US, the German-American Chamber of Commerce promotes business relations between the two countries.
Oh, wow.
Their Midwest chapter is headquartered in Chicago and is a great point of contact for German businesses that want to enter the American market. The chamber is also the organizer of the annual Christkindlmarket in downtown Chicago.
Oh, yes. Finally, this, you guys get to see it. Now, comment down below. I mean, you guys have probably already commented on her video, obviously, but like, let me know. How authentic does this look? Like, this is what I grew up with, dude.
Which is where I was headed next to meet the chamber's marketing manager, Laila Schmidt.
Wow. Oh, she went during the day, too.
Okay, so we're at the Chicago Christkindlmarket now. This is my first time here. It's kind of like a famous Christkindlmarket. Like, people have told me so many times before that I need to check this out, and I'm here with Laila. Is it the biggest Christkindlmarket in the whole country, or like, because I know it's so famous, but like, what's so special about it?
So it is the most authentic one outside of Europe. So, and we've been the first one, right? We've been here since 1996. So this year,
the year after I was born,
we're actually celebrating our 25th anniversary. So we have one location here at Daily Plaza, and then we also have a location at Wrigleyville at Gallagher Way.
So I'm here for the 25th anniversary for the first time then, and I guess I'm kind of lucky because last year it didn't take place, right, because of COVID. And then unfortunately I learned today, which for you guys, you will...
I actually just asked that question like 15 minutes ago, so I'm glad she answered that. Yeah, I was like, I'm pretty sure they didn't have, or did they have like a Christmas market in 2020? Probably didn't because of obvious reasons, pandemic, but she confirmed it. That makes sense.
I already know this now when you're seeing this, but I learned today that most of the German Christmas markets are, again, not happening this year, which is really sad because I was really looking forward to them. So I'm really excited now to at least get some of the Christmas atmosphere here in Chicago. And yeah, if it's really authentic, then, you know, it might make me feel like home a little bit. And we're just going to go around and check it out now.
That's awesome. See? Look at this. Look at this. Hey. So crazy, man.
And it honestly did feel like home a lot, from Christmas ornaments to socks, candles, and delicacies like gourmet cheeses and honey. You can find pretty much everything you'd find at a German Christmas market, plus some more touristy products like these very detailed beer steins, or these cuckoo clocks from the Black Forest.
Dude, this is so cool. It's like a blast from the past. Like, I can't believe this. It's crazy because it's just how I remember it. Obviously, some things are switched around a little bit, but it's super cool. The food you can get here too is fire. But like I said, obviously nothing's gonna beat the original. I gotta go to Germany. That's gonna happen. But isn't this crazy? Like, I'm told you, this is nice.
A big reason as to why the Chicago Christkindlmarket feels so authentically German is that
when you wait in line and stuff like that to get like whatever, I mean, this might be a ornament place or a souvenir shop, but what she showed previously, I think in the last cut, it was right here. Hold on, right here. From Altenburg, Germany, the schnitzel and potato, whatever. This is literally like, bruh. Amazing. Absolutely amazing, dude. Legendary. I remember eating here and so good, dude. So good.
Authentically German is that a lot of the vendors actually fly in from Germany.
Wow.
Some of them told me that they set aside 2 to 3 months every year to come to the Chicago Christkindlmarket.
That's awesome.
And it's not just the products that are authentic. The market looks like home too.
So all of our huts have the same design, right? It's the red and white striped wooden booth. So these are imported actually from Europe.
That's so cool.
So that's what makes it authentic, as we are modeled after the original in Nuremberg.
Yes.
In addition to German vendors, as well as locals, you'll also find international ones from other countries all over the world, like this one from Ecuador, for example. There are 55 booths in total that, besides merchandise, also sell a lot of amazing food.
Yes.
From German classics like Bratwurst and potato pancakes to Bavarian meals like pretzels, Leberkäse or Weißwurst to Swiss raclette, they have every...
Dude, this is definitely by a landslide the most authentic thing we have in America, dude. Like, at least the most authentic Christmas market, hands down. It looks like it, bro. Like, it legitimately looks like it. Good gosh, this is
thing
amazing.
You could possibly imagine. And you'll even find modern German street food like Northern German Matjesbrötchen, Döner, or Currywurst.
You won't find this at a lot of other.
Hey, wait,
traditional
pause.
places in the
I didn't
US.
even know they had Döner there, man, and Currywurst. Like, what? 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 I didn't know that. Like, I also didn't even know how popular it was until 2 years ago. And you guys are like, bro, you have to try the Currywurst and the Döner. And then I had like a whole little thing where I'm like, okay, what's better, Currywurst or Döner kebab? Let me know in the comments down below right now. Okay, like, this is crazy.
But like, this is typical German fast food that you'll find in Berlin a lot, but also all over the place. So Currywurst, really good.
And of course, lots of sweet delicacies as well.
Oh man, that's crazy.
I wish you guys could smell this right now because it smells so Christmassy and so
Yes.
much like home. And I know I sound super cheesy right now, but it's just true. If you've ever smelled roasted almonds, you know what I'm talking about. It's really hard not to want any when you smell it. We also have that smell at Munich Oktoberfest as well. So like, it either reminds me of Oktoberfest or of like Christmas time. But as you can see, of course, the US doesn't just offer 1 or 2 varieties. No, they offer like 1,000.
Oh my gosh. This is so cool.
And then we get to the highlight of the night, the Glühwein, mulled wine that they serve in their custom-made Glühwein mugs.
Yep.
You can watch this on the Chicago Christkindlmarket Instagram page, by the way, because Laila did a live stream of me testing the Glühwein.
Annual mug, as you can see. So let's
Yes.
see what she says.
First of all, this is my first Glühwein of the season. Usually I get some bottled Glühwein at the American Aldi, for example, the Aldi supermarket. This year I haven't gotten any yet, and haven't had it here anywhere yet. So this is going to be the first of the season, which is always a reason to celebrate. And let's see if this is authentic. It's really hot, I think.
Well, is it?
It's really good. I like it. It's very good. Okay. It's not too sweet either. Okay. But yeah, it always has sugar in it. So for all of you who've never had Glühwein, prepare for a hangover if you drink too much of it.
Because a lot of
alcohol
sugar.
with sugar causes
Yeah.
hangover, but it's awesome.
Worth it. 100% worth it. This is awesome.
Okay, so
man.
we're masked up because we're going in one of these indoor little tents or huts. You can see that there is a German street sign for a one-way street, Einbahnstraße.
Oh, that's awesome. Look at that.
Hofbräu.
What?
Oh, they even have the Christmas pickle ornaments here, the infamous Christmas pickle ornaments that
She's about to crack the code right now. She's about to debunk the myth because I made a video on that and everybody in my comment section is like, what the heck? We've never heard of that before. She probably has never heard of that before. Maybe she's heard of it, obviously, but in Germany, I'm pretty sure that's not actually a thing. It's something that Americans made up and kind of put on Germany. Like, oh yeah, they do that in Germany all the time. And Germans like, what the freak? Like, we don't do that.
talked about before, because many Americans think that this is a German tradition to have one of these, hide it in the Christmas tree, and then the first kid who finds it gets an extra present. But yeah, in Germany, nobody has ever heard of that before. I think it might be a very regional thing from like one village in Germany or something like that.
Probably.
But it's not a common German tradition at all.
Well, they hid the pickles in obvious places, so it's not like you can't find it.
This is super cool because they have German advent calendars, even one of the like self-made ones that are pretty typical in German families.
That's cool.
But also some of the ones that you can just buy that are filled with typically chocolate, but they can also be filled with other things.
Story time. So I have 2 cats, and I for Christmas bought my cats an advent calendar cat food box. So every day counting up to Christmas, there was a different type of cat food in the little box. I know it sounds weird, but I'm a cat person. I love cats, man. Cats are cool they're cool as hell. They're better than dogs in my opinion. I know a lot of people looking at me cross-eyed. They're like, all right, man, well now I have to unsubscribe because this man is crazy. He said cats are better than, yes, I said cats are better than dogs. They take care of themselves. They're cuddly, but they also leave you the hell alone if you want your space. Dogs, man, they need too much attention.
They're called Adventskalender in German, and every kid usually has one, and also some adults have one. And that's like to have the countdown starting on December 1st to Christmas Eve. So you have 24 little doors with presents or chocolates. We went inside another hut where I discovered all kinds of German candy that is usually hard to get in the US, and Nürnberger Lebkuchen. So here we have the infamous Nürnberger gingerbreads, the Lebkuchen, which Nürnberg is kind of like...
This looks super good. So I've tried Lebkuchen, like the really, I don't know. I mean, it's all like, you know, I guess I was gonna say like commercialized, but it came in a box, right? Because you guys sent out a box to me, and that tasted pretty good. But I don't think I've had it like this, right? Because I don't think I had the Nuremberg Lebkuchen. Like, this is cool.
The Christmas capital in Germany, in a way, because they have the most famous Christmas market there and the Lebkuchen, which is also just a classic German Christmas food that we have. And you have like the chocolate covered ones, the just sugar glazed ones, or the plain ones. So these are really good.
That's cool.
And then, of course, they have a little Krampus.
Bro, this is creepy.
Statue.
This is creepy. Like I said, is this Bavarian tradition? So I'm assuming this is definitely an Austrian tradition as well.
I don't know what this is. Image in like southern Germany and Austria. This is
there you go.
the person or the thing that accompanies Nikolaus, so Saint Nicholas, who comes on December 6th to like, he's kind of like a version of Santa Claus, but in Germany we kind of have both. And so he punishes the people or the kids who didn't behave well. In northern parts of Germany, they have Knecht Ruprecht instead.
Ooh,
but
Knecht Ruprecht.
Krampus is like a typical like
I gotta look that up because I don't even know Knecht Ruprecht. What is that? Was ist das denn?
They're like creature, as you can tell, with like hooves and stuff, and they do the Krampus runs, the Krampusläufe. They also have one in Cincinnati. I don't know if they have one here, where like people dress up as this creature and chase other people through the streets. So that's fun. Fun German stuff, you know.
That's crazy.
Yeah, we're getting our Bavarian footage now.
Real quick, what do you want to hear?
Oh gosh, I don't know what you guys play.
Well, he plays the accordion.
No, like, tell me your favorite song.
Aww. Oh, that's so cool. It's like hyper festive. What a cozy climate. That's awesome. What?
The next day, I was invited to visit the German-American Cultural Center Dank Haus that Mr. Messinger mentioned earlier. Dank means thanks in German, but in this case also stands for Deutsch-Amerikanischer Nationalkongress.
Oh, I was about to say the Thank House.
German-American National Congress. It's a nationwide German-American nonprofit organization that was established to unite Americans of German descent and preserve their heritage and traditions. It has over 30 chapters throughout the US, and the headquarters are located here at the Dank Haus in the traditionally German neighborhood of Lincoln Square in the northern part of Chicago. I honestly
I'd been in Lincoln Square so much, I've hung out over there and stuff, had no idea it was German at all. Like, at all. Like, but it
didn't really know
sense.
what to expect before I got there, but I found out quickly that the Dank Haus is gigantic and very diverse, that the people there speak a lot of German, and that they're very welcoming. They greeted me with a German lunch in their beautiful Skyline Lounge.
And this is where we host our monthly Stammtisch event, which is the social event. People come and drink beer, and every month there's a different menu of German food. Currywurst, Bratwurst, always something like that.
Who provides the food?
We cook it here ourselves.
Wow,
Yeah.
So
that's
is there
super cool.
a kitchen behind there? Or?
Yes, there is a prep kitchen. Today we have catered food, so it's not cooked by us, but we have a bunch of volunteers that cook every single month.
That's insane. And this whole place looks so nice. It looks like a Festsaal, like a ballroom, pretty much.
Yes, a few years ago we redid the gilding on the walls and updated the floor, and we do have weddings here every once in a while, so people definitely love the room.
That is awesome.
They had Bavarian classics like Käsespätzle, red cabbage,
Rotkraut.
pretzel.
That looks good. So I had like some Rotkraut from where did I try it for the first time? Because I think maybe I showed you guys me trying it. Because man, it wasn't in a vlog. It actually wasn't a vlog. Maybe 2 vlogs ago. And I tried it for the first time, and I was like, interesting. It was like sweet. Surprisingly sweet. I didn't realize that Rotkraut is like more sweet, right? And I feel like sauerkraut is like super tangy, you know? Like an actual like authentic good sauerkraut is like amazing. But a lot of the sauerkraut you have here in America, man, it's like they take it out of a freezer, they thaw it out, and then boom. And it tastes super nasty, bro.
Sauce, Oberster, which is a cheese-based bread spread,
Ooh, that's
and
cool.
schnitzel prepared by the local German restaurant Himmels, as well as some delicious Black Forest cake and Christmas cookies from the local bakery Selmarie. Over lunch, the museum director of the Dank Haus, Rosa Gallagher, told me a little more about its history.
I have a question for you guys. Black Forest cake. How many of you guys watching this actually like that? So I was going to try it in my last vlog, but I don't know. I was way too full. So my fiance and I were talking about going back just to try the dessert. I'm not sure if you guys would want to see that. Let me know in the comments down below. I don't know. I've never had Black Forest cake. I was going to do a video making it, but oh man, that's pretty intense. I might actually have a video where me and her get together and try to cook it and stuff and do a taste test and see if it, tastes okay based on a recipe we find off the internet. I don't know. We'll see.
So the building was built in 1927 by a German architect, actually, but we didn't come into the building as the Dank Haus until 1967.
Wow.
A good while later. And we started off as a lobbying organization, actually, for German Americans in the aftermath of World War II, who were afraid that the discrimination like happened in World War I was going to happen again. So they wanted to advocate for German Americans. It ended up that kind of discrimination didn't really happen during World War II. People were assimilated. And so over time, we became more of a public cultural center. The first thing, I think, was the language school. A Saturday school where people wanted their kids to speak German just like they did when they came here. So from the language school, it grew into, in the 90s also, and in the early aughts, having a public museum, an art gallery, and having paid staff too. So it started to be less of a membership club and more of like a public cultural center.
That's
We
awesome.
also are home to a lot of German clubs that hold their meetings here because they don't have their own building.
So do they just rent out the place?
Yep, they rent out our various spaces. We have 77,000 square feet here, so there's no shortage of room for them to have their meetings.
Huge.
Saturday is the main day for the language school. About 120 kids and 100 adults take German classes here every week, and for the little ones, there's even a daily preschool.
That's super cool. Dude, that's how you know that city is massive. I had no idea this existed at all. Like, I had no idea, dude.
Seid ihr ein Zug?
Eine Eisenbahn?
Das hier ist 4. Klasse. This is 4th grade. Hi, Lizzie. Fourth
Cool.
graders. Yeah. You're so old. Hi, Danica.
Wie läuft's? Hallo. Was könnt ihr denn alles sagen? Alles, sowieso. Und was macht ihr heute?
Habt ihr schon gesungen
richtig
heute?
cool. Also für Thanksgiving.
Was habt ihr denn gesungen?
Sehr cool.
That's cool.
Richtig cool.
Habt ihr noch einen
Okay,
Tag Zeit?
Erntedankfest.
After class, the kids get to try some tricks on these German aero wheels called Röhnrad.
Oh, that's cool.
Meanwhile, I was headed
That looks
towards the
scary.
Brauhaus room, where a group of people was getting ready for their weekly Kino event, where they watch a German movie over coffee and cake.
Oh, wow.
The space is also used by the Brandenburger Schützenverein, the shooting club, and of course you can get a beer here with real German brewery atmosphere.
What?
Part of the Dank Haus mission is to salvage and take in a lot of the lost German culture in our neighborhood. And so we were able to do that this year, or the past year during COVID, when we were able to salvage the Brauhaus bar from the Brauhaus restaurant across the street.
Okay.
Wow.
Did the restaurant close? Or?
It did.
Okay.
The owners retired.
Dang.
Yeah, this looks super
They
nice.
didn't want to they didn't want to give it to anyone else, so they called the Dank Haus and said, "Do you want any of it?" And yeah, we do.
That's
So we were able to
awesome.
take it here, and it fit perfectly. So everything
This is insane.
in here, from the columns and everything in here, came from the original Brauhaus.
And was that originally German?
Well, it was built by quite a few German immigrants.
Okay.
And, these were all people who were born in Germany or first generation German Americans. And they created a spot that was, iconic. I've lived in this neighborhood 30 years and my kids all grew up there. Everyone here has a story about the Brauhaus. So when they're able to come here and see this in person, it's an amazing thing.
It's so cool, man.
Besides the Schützenverein, the Dank Haus also rents out rooms to the German American Police Association, the Siebenbürger Sachsen, as well as the Schlaraffia Club, a worldwide men's-only association that uses old-fashioned German language and holds their meetings in a fixed ceremonial form.
Oh my
Their
God.
meeting spaces are called Schlaraffencastle
This looks-
and are equipped in the style of a knight's tavern from the Middle Ages.
It looks super like.
Real?
Yes.
Ew.
So this room was taken from the Germania Club,
my
another
gosh.
German club that closed in the 80s.
Yeah.
And it was brought here, all the wood, all the furniture was brought here. And
Yeah, I was asking because this doesn't look like the rest of the building. This
medieval,
looks
dude.
like
It
an
looks like
old
medieval.
building inside of here. So
yes, it's totally different. People walk in here and they're like really
Spooked.
dumbfounded at this.
Yeah.
And the members still meet here every Friday in the winter.
That's awesome.
So this 3.994 Sippungen, that means they've had 3,994 meetings. So Sippung is this old term for meeting. So
so for
they,
Sitzung probably.
one
Yeah, I like how Billy's like, I know what that means, but all right.
zips to have a meeting.
Yeah, this reminds me, I've seen this before in Cincinnati, but it reminds me a lot of like the Karneval Vereine and Vorstände in the Cologne area especially.
Yes, a lot of capes and costumes and performance, I
Yeah.
believe. So I've never been to a meeting because I'm a woman, but I hear there's a lot of poetry and humor that goes on there.
That's cool.
Last but not least, I visited the current exhibition
This
Lost
is
German
very
Chicago
thorough. Oh my
at the
gosh.
Dank Haus Museum.
It covers German migration to Chicago, as the name suggests, including the journey, and I especially love this piece here that was here when I started working here, and I later noticed that it's a passport from a woman who is from Bottrop, which is
Okay.
where my mom is from in Germany.
That's
It's
funny.
Wow.
a little town in
Yeah.
the west.
Oh, wow.
Then we also cover some of the political upheavals that have happened in Chicago, in which Germans played a big role, like the beer riots of 1855,
Ooh, wow.
where the mayor cracked down on drinking on Sundays, which the Germans did not
Of
like.
course not. Of course they didn't like that. They're like, we can't drink on Sunday?
And so they kind of revolted about that. And one of the most famous events in Chicago history is the Haymarket Affair of 1886.
Oh, wow.
Where Germans, some German anarchists, were fighting for the 8-hour workday, And it came to a day of violence where some people lost their lives.
Ooh, I did not know
and
that.
8 of them were sentenced to death.
Oh my gosh.
They also have some pieces from the old Chicago Germania Club, including these wood pieces that show scenes from operas by Richard Wagner. The Germania building has been declared a historical landmark, by the way, and can be rented out for events nowadays.
That is so beautiful. I didn't really get a good look at the outside of that building until just now. That is beautiful.
During World War I, the Germania Club actually became the Lincoln Club for a while. They changed their name because of the anti-German discrimination during that time.
I mentioned it in my German heritage video before, and I've also done a lot of research about that in Cincinnati, but it's crazy how like all over the country, clubs and people changed their names, tried to like kind of hide their German connection because they were scared of the consequences. Some people even got lynched, but a lot of people just got...
What? Seriously? I did not know that. Like,
straight up discrimination.
That's crazy.
So.
Yeah, so they're especially the German language was under attack and the German press.
That's something that the immigrants in the predominantly German neighborhood Lincoln Square had to deal with as well at the time. Today, there are only a few spots left that still remind of the German connections, such as Jean's Sausage Shop that is run by Polish owners, but is located in the building of the former German deli shop Meyer's Delikatessen.
Oh, wow. I didn't know.
And even today, you can find all kinds of German products here, including Glühwein.
What?
The März-Apotheke in the neighborhood isn't run by a German family anymore either, but has been able to keep up the German spirit.
That's
Here, as
cool.
you can see, the März-Apotheke, this still has German on it.
Apotheke, can you guys tell me what that means in the comments down below? Because I see like that store or like type of store in Germany all the time. And I'm thinking maybe like a drugstore of some sort, maybe. I don't know. I could be wrong. You just let me know, because it seems like it's very much up thing, like popular.
So Apotheke is obviously a German word for pharmacy.
Pharmacy.
And German
Wow.
pharmacies are very different
Okay. Never mind. Don't let me know. I already did. She explained it.
pharmacies in the US, especially nowadays. And this one is still like old-fashioned even for German standards, but it's kind of more similar to what we will find in Germany to this day. And it says gegründet 1875, so founded in 1875. Here, all these German natural products. Germans will recognize this. Kneipp Badeöl. It smells very strong in here. I wish you guys could smell that.
Oh, wow. It's like a Bed Bath. It's like a German version of a Bed Bath Beyond a little bit, like over in that section.
Oh yeah, Veleda. They specialize in homeopathic and natural medicine and import products directly from Germany and other European countries.
Nivea, I didn't even, Nivea, oh my gosh, I did not realize. She made a whole video about it too, and that's where I learned, I'm like, that's from Germany? What? Katya's, dude, I didn't even realize they had that there. That's tough.
This lantern pole is an actual piece of Germany in Chicago.
Wow.
It was sent over as a gift from Chicago's sister city of Hamburg in 1979 and is a replica of the lanterns that you'll find at Hamburg's Lombard Bridge, which is why it's called the Lombard lamp. And our last stop for the day was something that I definitely didn't expect to come across in the neighborhood.
Whoa.
So this segment of the Berlin Wall, it's a full-size 12-foot segment of the wall, and it was given to the city of Chicago.
What the freak? So Berlin sent over a piece of the wall to Chicago in 2008. I had no idea. That is intense, dude.
By the city of Berlin in 2008. They're restoring it now, which is nice because it continues to deteriorate. And we're in the Western Brown Line train station.
Oh yeah,
as you can hear.
Wow.
And so in 2008, a really famous Chicago mayor called Mayor Daley was here for the ceremony where they gave it to us.
Yeah, I remember
That's really
Mayor
cool.
Daley.
You would never expect to just see a piece of
That's
the Berlin Wall
crazy.
in the middle of Chicago.
What the heck?
At a subway station at that.
Yeah, a lot of people don't notice it because it kind of blends in with the surroundings.
It does. You might just think that it's just some, modern piece of art, some graffiti art or something.
Yeah, exactly.
even though I got to see a lot of traces of the German roots in Chicago over the weekend, there's still so much more that I didn't even have time to go to, such as the Goethe Monument in Lincoln Park, or the traditional German restaurant and brewery, the Berghof.
Wow.
I did, however, get lunch at a German fusion restaurant before I left on Sunday.
That's cool.
Okay, so I just had lunch at Funkenhausen, which is this German fusion restaurant here in Chicago, which is a great mix of like Southern-style American food and then German food. And I had Spätzle carbonara, which was awesome because I love Spätzle, German food, and I love Italian food, so the carbonara part of it. Didn't have it with bacon, of course. And now it's time for me to head back to Cincinnati. It was an amazing weekend here in Chicago to discover the German roots of the city. There was so much. I could have probably stayed for another week or two to...
Wow. Absolutely insane. I'm going to end it here, but guys, that was incredible. Like, I can't believe how much German-related heritage, German-related activities, festivities, and just programs that they had in Chicago alone. I mean, Chicago is a massive city with so many, it's enriched with a lot of different cultures and stuff and whatnot. So to see that and to have lived there and not known all of the other things, you know, is interesting. But also, it makes sense that I wouldn't have known it because that just wasn't my interest at the time. I was interested in a bunch of other things. And so you'll find what you're looking for in a city that big. You know what I mean? Super crazy. But what did you guys think from everything that you guys saw? How authentic did that look to you? Because to me, it looked hyper authentic, but this is coming from an American, so my opinion does not count. So let me know what you guys think in the comments down below, and thank you guys for sharing this with me. I didn't even know she uploaded this until somebody sent me the link, and then another person sent me the link, and then somebody else reached out and sent me the link, and then somebody else sent me the link, and I'm like, okay, I'll check it out. So anyways, Feely did a great job as always. I learned so much, and it was a very, very, very well put together video, very beautiful, and I am hyped to go back now and experience that. That'd be really cool. But I mean, I should just make the trip to Germany as soon as humanly possible, so I don't even have to go back to Chicago. I could just go to Germany and experience it firsthand and do my own little video on that. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I love you guys, and thank you guys so much for watching. Peace.